The Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Baroness Patricia Scotland, met with the media today to answer questions on pertinent issues going on in the country at the moment.
Belize is a very valued member of the Commonwealth, and I promised myself that as soon as I became Secretary General, Belize would be one of the first places that I would come. Belize has a proud history in support of the Commonwealth and has been a very active member. And of course I'm very grateful for all the support that Belize has given both the Commonwealth and myself. And I've come here to hear what the interlocutors here in Belize really want to work with the Commonwealth on. We know there are huge issues in relation to climate change. That's an existential threat to all of us. There are also issues in terms of how we put the wealth back into Commonwealth and the common back into wealth. You know that the government and the opposition have been really committed to looking at how we can best support young people in Belize. And of course, there is now this very tricky issue in relation to the border issues with Guatemala.
Having visited the office of the OAS Peace Fund at the adjacency zone, the Secretary General says she is hopeful of a resolution.
Well, I had the opportunity to go to the border. I also had the opportunity to speak to OAS, who described the peace building work that they had been undertaking, particularly with children on both sides of the border. And that gave me huge hope, because it looks as if the young people of Belize and the young people of Guatemala are working really happily together. So that work that the OAS is doing is very important work.
But the tensions with Guatemala are real, says Scotland, and on the territorial issue, Belize counts with the support of the Commonwealth to uphold Belize's territory.
I also understand the tensions and the worry and the anxiety that is now starting to arise as a result of recent incidents. And it's clear that the integrity and sovereignty of Belize is something which must be upheld. You know that the ACP has just made a very clear declaration in relation to their position, and the Commonwealth's position on the integrity and the sovereignty of Belize remains absolutely unchanged.
The Secretary General commends how Belize is dealing with the escalated tensions and advocates for measures to mitigate the tensions that surged as a result of the recent confrontation at the border.
I really commend the way in which Belize is responding right now. Belize has held fast to the agreement that was made and is trying to do all it can to de-escalate the tensions with their neighbors. And one of the things that we all know is that Guatemala will remain Belize's neighbor now and in the future. So the sooner we can resolve these tensions, the better. The 1859 line is a line that has been maintained and will be maintained going forward. But clearly we have to get a better way to mitigate what has happened.
Scotland will be holding a committee meeting with the members of the Commonwealth to discuss the tensions at the borders.
I'm going to relay what is happening here in Belize to the other members of the Commonwealth. As you know, there is a committee which has been created to deal particularly with this matter between Belize and Guatemala, and there is an opportunity to call a committee meeting before September.
Baroness Scotland leaves Belize on Monday.